Simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beers, sports.
Performance Plus, something new from American State Bank and Trust Company, an account that fits your active lifestyle. Free digital banking services including bill pay, remote deposit, and e-statements, an instant issue debit card, limited ATM fee refunds, and no maintenance fees. Go to ASBT.com for terms and conditions and stop in our Main or North offices to open your new Performance Plus account. Banking the American State way. It's banking your way with Performance Plus. Member FDIC.
Earning your degree doesn't mean putting your life on hold. Williston State College offers a wide array of associate and associate of applied science programs that fit your busy lifestyle. They are flexible, convenient, and career-focused to what your goals are, and taught by experienced and engaged faculty. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the demands of life on the farm, in the patch, or simply raising a family.
Williston State College, where the people make the difference. Please visit online at willistonstate.edu/apply.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop ryanhonda.net.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Mike, we're back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. 6.5 minutes before we get underway for game number 2 from the Well in Williston. Teton men look like we are getting set to go, and they're going to have another tall task against NDSCS. Taking a look at the Mondeck Conference standings, NDSCS is on top for both the men's and women's with identical records coming into today, both 16-2 overall in the conference play. Tetons coming into the game with a 3-15 record. Williston State has been playing their best basketball as of late. They pressured Dawson last time they were in action here at home. It was at one point a 20-point game before the Tetons rattled off 15 in a row to make it just 5 points but they were unable to close the gap late, and they did that with a very beleaguered squad out on the court, and here they helped to go after a little more rest, get out in action, and put their best foot forward against Science. And Science is going to come into the game without some of their key pieces here in the game. We'll give you those here in a couple of seconds as both teams headed back to the locker room to get ready and underway for this game. Final little mentions for final little pep talks from their coaches. Not dressed out for today for Science will be number 25, Pawnee Bowl, number 42, Gerald McClendon, and number 44, Gunnar Tapp. So not high rotation players, but still not having players dressed out. Always a big time loss, especially with a couple of those are being some of your larger centers here on the court. Still very talented Science team coming onto the court. Taking a look at how Science has gotten things done with looking at their statistics on the year. They're coming into the game scoring 80.4 points per game, shooting 46.5% from the field, 35.5% from beyond the arc, and 60% from the charity stripe. Rebounding, they're pulling down an average of 41.1 rebounds, 26 defensive, 14 offensive. They're a plus 10.4 on the rebound margin. They're getting 17.1 assists per game on an average of 30 even field goals made per contest, so they are pouring it in on the season. They're attempting 25 three-pointers a game, hitting just shy of 9 of them. And from beyond, or from the charity stripe, they are shooting an average of 19 free throws per game, hitting about 16.5. Turning it over 13.5 times, stealing 11.5, blocking 3.5, and committing 13 or 14.5 personal fouls per contest, allowing their opponents to score an average of 61.5 points per game. So they are a 19-point favorite on most games that they play, although they have had some significant blowouts throughout the season. Tetons making their way back out onto the court as they come in looking to finally get all healthy and ready to go. Back with Shahid Muhammad and Grady Gonzarowski back into the game, looking to make it a big effort here for Williston State. Have both final players coming out here, waiting to see everybody, and everybody does look healthy and they are ready to go. So Tetons, who have been developing throughout most of the year, look to put their best foot forward. Would love to get a huge upset at home today against Science, their second to last home game. The last one coming a week from today at home against Botno. 2.5 minutes left before we get underway. We're going to step aside for a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back for our final thoughts and wrap up of the pregame show, and then the starting lineups and tip-off here from the Well in Williston.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for details.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown Service Drug location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC. equal housing lender.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beers, sports.
Back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Time has expired on pregame portion, and now it's set for the starting lineups for the Tetons against the Wildcats. Part 2 here today, part 3 overall on the season. And Wildcats will be coming into the game wearing their road red jerseys with black and white trim. Tetons will be in their home whites with green and black trim. Starting off for NDSCS and the Wildcats will be number 1, a 6'4" freshman from New Hope, Minnesota, Peyton Newbern. Number 3, a 6'3" sophomore from Rapid City, South Dakota, Micah Swallow. Number 5, a 6'10" sophomore forward from Breckenridge, Minnesota, Noah Christensen. Number 10, a 6'3" sophomore guard from Austin, Minnesota, Agua Nuesh. And number 24, a 6'5" freshman forward from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Datavius Frierson. Starting off for the starting lineups for Williston State. Getting a start, his second game starting on the season, will be a 6'6" freshman guard from Liberal, Kansas, number 5, Jaden Johnson-Lewis. Number 10, a 6'5" freshman guard from Austin, Texas, Wilson Rankin. Number 11, a 5'11" sophomore guard from Arden Hills, Minnesota, Shahid Muhammad. Number 21, a 6'1" freshman guard from Beach, North Dakota, Tevin Dietz. And number 23, a 6'6" sophomore center from London, England, Abby Adedo. So Coach Furman, in his first year, shaking up the starting lineups again here a little bit. He's had several of them tinkering and adjusting with matchups. Goes with a different starting lineup here today, having in Johnson-Lewis to start and not Gordon. So having alternating Gordon and Adedo may work out in the Tetons' favors, as Science only coming with one traditional guard or one traditional forward out on the court. In the center circle for Science will be Noah Christensen, the 6'10" sophomore, going up against Johnson-Lewis, the long, lengthy 6'5" forward. So here we go. Both teams are ready out there. Here's the ball tip up in the air. Christensen comes away with it. He'll get it off to Frierson. He'll push it up across the timeline. For the first time comes Newbern. Newbern pushes over to his left. Hands the ball off to Swallow. Swallow looking for a teammate. Up on top is Nuesh. Nuesh drives around a high screen. He's holding, tips it off, back over to the hands of Frierson. Frierson up on top to Nuesh. 3 ball on the way, no good. Long rebound to Rankin. He'll push it up the court. Bullet pass up to Muhammad. Muhammad on the far wing, waiting for teammates to get into possession. They'll set up in the half court. Muhammad shakes down on Nuesh, picks up a screen from Dietz. In the corner to Rankin. Rankin lets one fly from the wing, no good. Tipped up in the air, pulled down by Frierson. Tetons getting back to on defense. Here comes Newbern on the drive. He gets into traffic, over to Nuesh, saves him from the travel. He goes into the paint. Swallow from the corner, 3 ball on the way. That is up and in. Ball movement got that 2-3 matchup zone all out of sorts and allowed the easy, wide open 3-pointer. Muhammad gets the ball, beats the press. Over to Dietz. Dietz has it stripped away from behind by Newbern. Newbern pushing it up, 3-on-2 on the break underneath the Swallow. He lays it up and in. 5-0 run to start for Science, 5-0. Rankin has the ball, working his way up the court. He'll push it, have it poked away from behind, and there's going to be a foul called on Nuesh. here with 18:32 left to go. Grabbed Rankin from behind. First personal, first team. Inbound play coming for the Tetons. They have 2 seconds to get it in bounds. A fresh 30, so they'll get an extra 10 seconds to get it in bounds. Muhammad, long pass to Dato underneath, gets a man up in the air, no good. Tries to rip down the rebound, but they're going to call a jump ball. Questionable call there, but it'll be back to the Tetons with the alternating arrow. Dietz comes into behind his own basket to inbound it. Calls for action. Ball fake over to Rankin, looking to get it. Johnson Lewis down in the low post, out to Abbey. Here's Muhammad, high arcing three-pointer, in it goes. Everybody knew it was good. They were jogging back into the defensive end. 3-5, Tetons trail by 2. Christensen has it, looking to down low to Frierson. Johnson Lewis, good defense, out to Nuesh on the corner. Back it going to Frierson. Much more physical than Johnson Lewis. Going to go up, too hard, no good. Adato comes down with it up to Rankin. Elo's looking to find Dietz, couldn't get it to him. He'll pull off and set up in the half court. Rankin swings it over to Muhammad. Zone defense being put on by the Wildcats. Skip pass over to Dietz. Couldn't quite find a lane to get it to Johnson Lewis. Pump fake, and Johnson Lewis, he thought the referee behind him was a teammate coming from behind. He shied away from the pass, out of bounds at Sales. Here was 17:39 left to go. Back comes Science. Newbern bringing it back up the court. Still a 2-point game. Newbern picks up a screen from Frierson. He picks up his dribble down low, underneath. It's going to go to Christensen. Drive on the baseline by Swallow. Gets it back out. Christensen from the perimeter. 3-ball on the way. No good. Pulled down by Dietz. He'll push it up the court himself. Tevin across the timeline. Looking for options. Couldn't find anybody. Up on top to Muhammad. Muhammad looking to take a couple on himself. Nuesh comes out, guards him. Into the corner to Rankin. Rankin, skip pass to Dietz. Dietz back up on top. NBA range 3 for Muhammad. In and out, no good. Tipped up in the air by Johnson Lewis. He can't come down with it. Back comes Newbern. Crosses over. Tries to get away. Muhammad, good. He's a pest on defense. Nuesh has it on the high post. Calling for Frierson to back through. Frierson on the high post. Abbey's about 2 feet off him. Good defense by Adato. Hook shot up and just rolls over the front of the rim to get in. Up to a 4-point lead now. Back on the full court press. Long pass over to Johnson Lewis. He'll hand it off to Rankin just across the half court line. Shaheed sets up on top. Over to Rankin. Rankin looking for options. He puts it on the deck. Looks for the pass fake over to Abbey. Now to Dietz. Dietz working his way. Doesn't have an avenue to drive. Bounce pass. Back to Shaheed for 3 on the wing. No good. Hit the first one, has missed his next 2. Up it'll go. Lost the handle was Newbern, but he's able to regather down to Christensen on the low post. Working on Abbey. Little jump hook, and that is going to be up and in. Tough shot, but got it to go. Back it is, and now a 6-point lead, largest of the game for the Wildcats. Up to Rankin. Rankin in the middle to Dietz. Over it'll go, back to Muhammad. He'll get over. Drive. Float, and that's going to be well short. Muhammad has missed 4 straight shots now from the floor. Back comes Swallow. Skip pass out to fantastic save by Newbern into the hands of Christensen. Christensen driving on Adato. Drop step. Gets his shoulder into the chest of Adato. Skips it out to Swallow. 3-pointer coming from Swallow, and he got that one in there. 9-point lead all of a sudden by this NDSCS team. A 1-2-2 full court press being put on by Science. Dietz gets it across the timeline. Now over to Muhammad. Shaheed at the top of the perimeter. Newbern guarding him. High post to Adato. Looking to work. Over to Rankin. Rankin pulls the trigger from deep. That one's not hitting. Tetons have gone cold, missing their last 5 in a row. 12-3, under 15 minutes left. Frierson tries to get it down low to Christensen, and that's going to be tipped out of bounds by Dietz. Beck will come into the game. He'll come in for Tevin Dietz here with 14:49 left to go. Inbound pass for Science coming from their own baseline. Frierson wanted it to be underneath the basket, but it's going to be in the corner. Frierson calls for action. Triggers, gets it out to Swallow. Swallow pushed off the perimeter by Beck. Now over to Christensen, calling for it. Over to Nuesh. Nuesh, he's closed out on by Muhammad. drives, gets in the paint, pushed off the mark. Frierson stripped from underneath by Adato. Inbound pass with 7 seconds left to go on the shot clock by the Tetons. 14:35 left to go in the first half. Frierson set to inbound. Christensen calling for it up on top. They do get it to him up over the top of Muhammad. Bounce pass down to the baseline of Frierson. Reverse layup, no good. Johnson Lewis comes down with the rebound. Adato pushes up the court, trying to weave his way through the defense. In the corner, tipped out by Frierson. Good defensive recovery by the 6'5 freshman from Minneapolis. Inbound pass for Williston State, trying to get their second field goal of the game. 12-3. Tetons have been stuck on three. Down low, it's going to go to Abby. Abby with a little jump hook, up and in. Good shot for Adato. Breaks the scoreless streak. Newbern bringing it back up the court. Here shortly, we should see 5-on-5 off. Down underneath the Frierson. Break down defensively on the 2-3 zone for the Tetons. Back up to 9. 14:55. First sub comes in is Parnell, set to check in, so we won't see a 5-on-5 off situation. Johnson Lewis, skip pass over to Rankin, has to jump to grab it, back off to Muhammad. He'll look to attack, skip through, back in the corner to Rankin. Two clogged along the wing, no room for anyone to take a shot. Rankin back to Muhammad. He'll look to bring it up towards the front, now back down along the perimeter. Rankin to Beck. Beck pulls the trigger, that's going to kiss off the front of the rim, no good. Tetons with 2 field goals, long pass out to Swallow. Swallow looking to Christensen on the high post, out to Frierson. He's allowed to walk up to the perimeter. Now he'll back down as Rankin will come up in defense. Nuesh drives on Johnson Lewis. They're going to call a foul on Johnson Lewis here with 13:18 left to go. First personal, first team. That'll allow Purnell to come into the game, but first we'll have our first media timeout of the game. 13:18 left to go. We're going to take a 1-minute break. Back in 60 seconds.
Performance Plus, something new from American State Bank and Trust Company, an account that fits your active lifestyle. Free digital banking services including bill pay, remote deposit, and e-statements, an instant issue debit card, limited ATM fee refunds, and no maintenance fees. Go to ASBT.com for terms and conditions and stop in our Main or North offices to open your new Performance Plus account. Banking the American State way. It's banking your way with Performance Plus. Member FDIC.
Earning your degree doesn't mean putting your life on hold. Williston State College offers a wide array of associate and associate of applied science programs that fit your busy lifestyle. They are flexible, convenient, and career-focused to what your goals are, and taught by experienced and engaged faculty. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the demands of life on the farm, in the patch, or simply raising a family.
Williston State College, where the people make the difference. Please visit online at wilistonstate.edu/apply.
Mike Ruder back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. 13:18 left to go in this first half. Tetons trail by 9 points, 14-5 here in the early goings. And they have been cold from the perimeter on and so far. Frierson set to inbound for the Wildcats underneath his own basket. He gets it in down low to Nuesh. He's stripped underneath by Adato. Pulls it away. Abbey muscles his way out from traffic. Gets it off to Muhammad. Push it up the court. Muhammad with the hesitation up on top to an Adato. Three-pointer going. That might have had a finger put on it by Newbern. Back comes Frierson. Gets it in the corner to Swallow. Swallow finds Frierson in traffic. Muhammad comes down with it, working his way through 4 defenders. Has it up on top. Over to Beck. Beck attacks, gets to the high post. He'll dribble back out. Newbern comes up on defense. Rankin has it. Back to Beck, swings it to Muhammad. Pumping on Frierson. Much larger defender out there. All of these science players are very long on defense. Up on top to Rankin. Rankin to Johnson Lewis. Back to Rankin. He'll be tipped away by Newbern and taken away. Muhammad going for the strip, put up, and that's no good. Tipped up and put back in by Nuesh. 12:20 left to go, an 11-point lead for Science. Long pass over to Rankin. Rankin back to Muhammad. Middle of the perimeter. He's going to go to Johnson Lewis. He'll try to put her up and in, no good. Altered by Frierson. Looked like there may have been some contact there. Kick into the corner to Parnell. Parnell loses the ball, but tipped out of bounds by Adato. put his hand up to try to swipe at a shot, but as it was in the air, Adato accidentally knocked it out of bounds. Rankin's going to check out as Dietz comes back in, and Beck will come back out as well. No sign yet of Moses Gordon on the game. He may have been bit by a little bit of a bug, and if I know Coach Herman, if you're unable to practice, even if you are healthy come game day, you won't be in the game. Turnaround jumper put in by Devin Newsom as he first enters the game. 18-15, 13-point lead by Science. Pass across court is going to be tipped. Gonczarowski ranges to get it. He puts it up, and that'll be intercepted by Newsom. He looks to attack, goes for an alley-oop, and it'll be taken down as it goes through the hands of Newsom into the hands of Larson. Pass up on top. And Parnell, three-pointer, that's going to splash in there, extend the lead out 21-15. Dietz inbounds the ball. He'll get it into Muhammad. Muhammad trying to whip it through the defense. Over to Gonczarowski. He'll cross the timeline. He's caught up in a trap. Gonczarowski trying to get it out to someone. Bounce pass over to Dietz, but there's a timeout called on the court by the Tetons. It's a short one. We'll take a short one as well. Back in 30 seconds. I guess we'll keep it right here for the timeout. 11:16 left to go in the first half. Tetons trailing now by 16 points, 21-5. And Tetons have had a whole host of problems. This full court pressure by Science is causing all sorts of havoc. Tetons also going cold from beyond the arc, hitting just 2 field goals in the first half. A three-pointer by Shaheed Muhammad. It was the first clean look that they got in the game, and then Abby Adato hit a nice little jump hook from inside the paint for the second basket. Here comes the Tetons inbounding the ball. They have it in the front court. Johnson Lewis set to trigger. Inbounding the ball will be Johnson Lewis. Waiting for everyone to get set. There goes Johnson Lewis, waiting. Here comes Dietz, gets it out on the near wing. Little pump fake, he's gonna drive. Bounce pass over to Gonczarowski. He's gonna be just about stripped of it. Johnson Lewis trying to grab the bounce pass, a little too hard for him. Back comes Science. Larson in the corner, out to Newbert. Newbert's gonna dish it off up on top to Nuesh. He has it, looking to get it to Parnell on the high post. Driving on Abby. Abby get a nice block up on top. He's gonna push it up the court. He finds Dietz. Dietz down low to Gonczarowski, reverse layup, nothing there. Back comes Science. It's Newsom bringing it up the court. Over to Frierson. Frierson working on Abby, up on top to Newsom. Parnell, mid-range. Kicks it back out to Newsom. Just picks up a screen from Parnell. Mid-range jumper from the stripe, no good. Tipped up in the air. Muhammad couldn't grab it. Offensive rebound out to Larson. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. 10:20 left to go in the half. Nuesh over to Newsom in the corner to Parnell. Back to Nuesh. Bounce pass in the corner. There's going to be an offensive foul called on Canal Purnell. That'll give the ball back to Williston State. Here at 10:31 left to go. And Moses Gordon set to check into the game. He'll come in for Jaden Johnson Lewis. Also Dietz and Gonczarowski coming out for Rankin and Beck. More full court press coming for the Wildcats. Over to Rankin, it'll go. Long pass back to Muhammad. He'll look to attack. Sips it up to Rankin across the timeline. Rankin tries to get it through a press. Up it'll go to Gordon. Gordon drives, gets it in there, and they call a charge as Tatavius Frierson was standing in the restricted area. And that will be the first foul on Moses Gordon here, with him playing for 9 seconds in the first half so far. So as they wipe up some perspiration, they'll have an inbound pass for the Wildcats. Tetons in the front court, sitting down in their 2-3 matchup zone. Back comes Nuesh up the court, over to Larson on the right wing. Screen from Christensen. Gives it back over to Newsom. Down low to Christensen. He skips it across. Three-pointer from the corner for Nuesh. Up, and that is good. Lead is out to 19, 24-5. More full court press coming. Tetons looking to push. Long pass over to Rankin. Touch pass over to Gordon across. Back to Wilson. He'll set it up in the corner to Beck. Wide open for three. That one is going to be up and in. Apollo Beck knocks down a three-pointer. 24-8. Tetons knock down their first field goal. And here comes Muhammad with a steal, and he's going to go up and in it goes. So back-to-back baskets for the Tetons. Now they're finally in double digits after 10 minutes have elapsed in this first half. 24-10. Wesh has it up on top. Swings it over to Newsom. Picks up a screen on top from Kaba. Christensen working on Adato. Little jump hook. That's going to fall short. Good defense once again by Adato. Oh, Beck has the ball. Off it's going to go. Gordon and Muhammad. Little miscommunication. Each thought the other was going to grab it. The ball go back to the Wildcats. Swallow coming back in the game. He'll check in for Nuesh here. 8:55 left to go on the American State Bank scoreboard. Devin Newsom bring the ball back up the court. 6'1", freshman from St. Paul. Crosses over, picks up a screen from Christensen. Drives, gets down to the low block, hands it off to Christensen in traffic. He'll push it back out to Swallow. Swings it off to Larson. Larson pulls the trigger for three, hard off the back of the iron, no good. Gordon will come down with it. He'll push it up the court himself, get across the timeline. He'll pull things out and reset up in the half court. He'll cross over. Entry pass, high post to Abbey. Working on Christensen. Gets down, put it up, and hoop, and the harm. Foul called on Noah Christensen. That'll make it now 24-12 with Adato at the line for one more. Tetons' offense has really seemed a lot more poised now that Gordon is back on the court. Not sure if it was strategic to wait to get him into the game or if it was punitive or what the reason was, but now the Tetons showing some life. Long pass coming in over to Larson, just about stolen away by Rankin. Tetons jump the screen. Now it goes back to Swallow on the near wing, looking down low for Kaba. Swallow can't find him. Kaba sends a screen into the corner for Larson. Larson has to steal through. Pass going to be tipped. He's able to gather. Looking down low. Pass going to be tipped. Gordon's going to come away with it. Fancy footwork, he gets through. Long pass over to Muhammad from the near wing. Three ball up and in, and that's going to be a timeout called by the Wildcats as their coaching staff isn't happy with their play the last couple of minutes. 24-15, back down to single digits. We're going to take it 30, back in half a minute.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop ryanhonda.net.
We're back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons down by 9, 24-15 with under 8 minutes left to go in this first half. Looking to get it down low. Wildcats do. Going to get it underneath, and that turnaround jumper up and no good. That was put up by Kabin Kaba, his first field goal attempt. Back comes Gordon. He's going to get in traffic. It's going to be tipped up in the air. Kaba comes down with it. Tons of contact underneath. No call on that one. They're going to go back up. Here it comes. Newsom on the wing. Can't find a driving lane. Out to Newbern. Newbern calling out for a screen for Kaba. He picks it up. Tetons switch it out. Onto the corner to Swallow. Swallow picks up a screen. Out it's going to go. Swallow takes a very contested three-pointer. That's going to be an air ball. Muhammad is going to come away with it. Over to go to Rankin. He was going to Euro step through, lay it up, and that's going to be off no good. Rankin a little upset with himself that he didn't get through. It was a tough contested one. Here comes another one the other way, and Newbern is able to finish at the rim. Back to an 11-point game, 26-15. Muhammad at the near wing. He'll walk his way up on top, and it's a 2-3 matchup zone again for these Wildcats. Rankin from the perimeter. He'll look to pick up a screen. He gets a big one. Rankin, skip pass, touched out of bounds by Kaba. Tetons will inbound underneath from their own corner, from the far corner. Here with 6:40 left to go in the first, 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Kaba coming out of the game, Frierson coming in, and Nuesh coming in as well. He'll check into the game for Newbern. Now there's a late stoppage on the court, and we have a media timeout. 6:40 left to go. We're going to take a 1-minute break. We come back. Tetons looking to add to their scoring total. Back in a minute.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. 6:40 left to go. Tetons inbounding from underneath their own basket. Wilson Rankin set to trigger, calling for motion. He'll get it off into the corner to Shahid Muhammad. Pump fake, nothing there. Nawesh all over him. He'll pull back out to the perimeter. Second drive, he'll get through. Kick it out to Rankin in the corner. Little shimmy into the high post to Adedo. Adedo, spin move, puts it up point blank. No good. Gordon with the rebound. He'll push it up. Lots of contact down. Swing it over to Nawesh on the far wing. Back to Frierson. Frierson looking to hand it off, and there's going to be a foul called on Shahid Muhammad. That'll be another one on the Tetons. Muhammad picking up just his first. 6:17 left to go in the first half. Frierson set to inbound from the sideline. Look to get it up. They find Nawesh on top of the perimeter. He'll walk it up. Now hand it over to Newbern. Newbern back to Nawesh. Three-pointer on the way. That is up and in. Muhammad late on the rotation, and that extends it back out to a 14-point lead. Tetons have been as close as 9 recently before a 5-0 run. Muhammad getting it back to Rankin. Rankin steps into a three from the far wing. That's off the mark. No good. Beck comes down with it. He drives. He has it tipped away from him. Adedo up on top. Back to Muhammad. He'll slow things down and set it up in the half court. Dribbling on top, waiting for action. Screen on top from Muhammad. Thought about taking it. Down low to Adedo. Just about stolen away. Lots of contact from Christensen, but he's muscled up and in for 2 more. Good shot by Adedo. 29-17. Tetons trying to hang in there. Newbern has it along the near wing. Looking to find someone open. Frierson on the high post. Being guarded by Rankin. Pull-up jumper. That is going to rattle in there and drop in for 2 more. Back come the Tetons up the court. Once again down by 14. Muhammad just about fouled by Newbern on that inbound, or on the cross-court pass from Rankin. Beck drives. Cut off. Tries to get it through. Gets it to Muhammad. Open 3 on the way. He knows it's off. And long rebound just over the pass of everyone. Frierson underneath. Here comes a chase down. Can't quite get the block. Is Adedo. And that is a run out now. 33-17. Lead back up to 16. As the Tetons having difficulties on the court once more. Rankin trying to dribble through the full court press to get past over to Muhammad. Now to Beck. Back to Rankin. Setting up in the half court once again, under 4.5 left to go in the first quarter. Gets it in the middle of the post to Gordon. Gordon uses his body to block against Christensen. Coach Herman furious. No foul was called there. Christensen barrels into Adedo and kicks it back out to Frierson. Gives it over to Newbern. Newbern pushes and walks his way around the perimeter. Looking for someone to pop open. Bounce pass to Frierson. Working on Adedo. Skip back. Jumping hook up. No good. Christensen's going to be stripped by Gordon. Getting it off to Muhammad. Beck calling for it. A little too much traffic to get it to him. Muhammad crossing over. Out to Adedo. Adedo has it poked free by Nawesh. He's going to be the first one there, and he's going to go up. Muhammad with a little bit of Olay defense as it's 2 more for Nawesh. 18-point lead and 8 straight points by these Wildcats of NDSCS. Muhammad gets across the timeline. Jump pass over to Gordon. Gordon on the near wing. Bounce pass over to Muhammad. High post to Adato. Adato working his way through, and he gets big bump down low, and they're going to say it's a foul on the floor. And that will be team foul number 3. Team foul number 4, on the Wildcats. Second personal on Christensen. They wipe up more perspiration. Abby gets a short break on the bench to have a quick word with Coach Herman. I think it might be Coach just wants to have a quick conversation with the big man. Rankin comes in, gets it to Muhammad. Good no-look pass from Wilson, and Muhammad buries it. What a play. Muhammad got hit and hit the deck as he knocked down a three-pointer. Frierson on the high post. Long pass over to Wesh. Into the game for the first time is Sumaharo. Sumaharo screen and roll. They swing it over to Swallow. Looking to get it down to Frierson. Teton defense a little out of sorts. They have to get it back to Swallow. Going to be fouled by Muhammad, and what a foul they called on theirs. Muhammad had a clear steal and lane to the basket. That's going to be personal foul number 2, team foul number 4. Larson's going to check in for Swallow here with 2:55 left to go. Back to a 15-point lead. Tetons starting to rally once again. Last time these two played, Tetons went on a 15-0 run. Wesh has it up on top. Larson cutting over to the near wing. Gets it up to Newbern. Newbern just inside the perimeter. Cross court to Larson. Three-pointer on the way. Short, no good. Pulled down by Rankin. Back comes Williston State. Working their way up the court across the timeline. Rankin surveying. He has such good court vision. And there's going to be a foul called on Datavius Frierson as Muhammad went on a baseline drive. That's team foul number 5, first personal. One foul left to give for Science. 2 fouls left to give for the Tetons. Inbound pass coming. No one open. They fire it into the backcourt to Rankin. He'll bring it across the timeline. Over to Beck. Open for 3 from the corner. Off the mark. No good. Tipped up in the air. That was tipped by Sumaharo. He skied over Gordon. That's a tall task to do. Coming down is Newbern to Sumaharo on the baseline. Kicks it out to Newbern. He tries a drive. Gets shut off on the high post. Over to Sumaharo. Blocked by Gordon, but they're going to think they're going to get Rankin on a foul. Raked him across the wrist. Here with 2:15 left to go. That's going to be 2 shots coming for Muhammad Sumaharo. His first free throws of the game. Sumaharo at the line for his first of 2. Takes his first on the way. Up and no good. He'll have one more. Still stays at a 15-point game. 35-20. One more coming. With a 6'6" power forward from the Bronx, New York. Takes his dribble. Second one on the way. That one also misses. Gordon comes down with the rebound. Beck was trying to play a cherry picker there. Couldn't quite get it to him. Muhammad pulls out. They set up in the half court. Shahid pulls back. Now looks to attack. Swings it to Beck in the corner. Another wide open 3. This one no good. Pulled down by Johnson. They're going to call a foul on Moses Gordon. And Coach Rankin not agreeing, or Coach Herman not agreeing with that one either. Back comes the Wildcats, 35-20. Newbern dribbling between his legs on the near wing, looking to get it to a post. Finds Sumaharo, looking to go post to post pass. Good job cutting it down. Newbern on the drive. He's going to walk in the paint, and he's going to lose it. And they say it's last touch off of Gordon and the Tetons. We'll give it back to the Wildcats. 1:41 left to go. Frierson set to inbound underneath his own basket. He's guarding Sumaharo around. Doesn't like Sumaharo getting it. Up on top to Larson. Larson guarded out on the perimeter by Muhammad. Up to Newbern. Newbern turns the corner, flips it out, and that's going to go out of bounds. Tried to flip it to Sumaharo on the high post, but it went through a couple of wickets and out of bounds with 1:31 left. Newbern coming out, Newsome coming in. 35-20. Tetons still trail by 15. They cut it to as close to 9. Shahid crossing the timeline. He'll be guarded by Larson. Walks it up Now back to the top of the perimeter, looking for Rankin. In the corner, wide open three-pointer, and in and out, no good. Johnson Lewis tips it up, but Larson is able to get it on the second effort. Back comes Nuesh. Swing it over to Frierson. High post. Sumaharo can't handle the entry pass, and they're going to stay out of bounds. One official said initially it was off to the Wildcats, but he was overruled and said it was off the fingertips of Sumaharo. Back to the Tetons. Muhammad pushing up the court. He'll get close to the timeline. Squip pass over to Rankin. Back up on top to Muhammad. Had Beck wide open in the corner. The pull back out. Slow things down a little bit. Little action coming. Screen on top from Johnson Lewis. Down low post to Gordon. Gordon just about stolen away. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Sumaharo and the Wildcats. Sub coming into the game. Adado coming in for Johnson Lewis here with 46.4 left to go. And they'll set up for, let's see if they go for a set play to get something on the inbound, or they'll just go for an inbound pass. Abbey gets it on the low post. He puts it up too hard, no good. Back up they come. 40 seconds left to go. 27 on the play clock, so 13 differential. Newsome three ball, and that was very deep and rattles home, makes it an 18-point game. Gordon bringing it up the court. Flip it over to Muhammad, who'll race up. One step across the timeline, and the Wildcat defense sinks down. Playing almost a 1-3-1 there for a second. Muhammad, he'll have it near the corner. 2-second differential between the shot and the play clock, looking for their best look. 8 seconds left to go in the shot clock. Muhammad comes away with the screen. Double team, tries to force it through, and that's going to be tipped out of bounds. 1 second left on the shot clock. Tetons have to get something going. We'll see what they have. So Coach Herman calling for something, and that's going to be Rankin, and doesn't hit anything on the turnaround jumper with 0.9 seconds left. It'll be 0.9 seconds left, and a couple of the Wildcats walking off to the locker room thinking that that was the halftime buzzer. Still 0.9 seconds left to go. See if they can get a baseball. They still have enough time for a dribble and a full shot. Frierson is going to be inbound the ball, and now they put half a second on it. Was at 0.9, and it looks like they're going to put 2.5 seconds up on the clock. So 2.5 seconds on the clock, so more time. Inbound pass to Nuesh. He can get all the way up to the perimeter. He'll get inside the perimeter, try for an alley-oop, but not enough time. Halftime comes. Tetons down by 18, 38-20. We're going to take a 5-minute timeout. We'll be back for more Teton basketball right here on 660 Keys News Radio.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for details.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown Service Drug location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beers, sports.
Performance Plus, something new from American State Bank and Trust Company, an account that fits your active lifestyle. Free digital banking services including bill pay, remote deposit, and e-statements, an instant issue debit card, limited ATM fee refunds, and no maintenance fees. Go to ASBT.com for terms and conditions and stop in our Main or North offices to open your new Performance Plus account. Banking the American State way. It's banking your way with Performance Plus. Member FDIC.
Earning your degree doesn't mean putting your life on hold. Williston State College offers a wide array of associate and associate of applied science programs that fit your busy lifestyle. They are flexible, convenient, and career-focused to what your goals are, and taught by experienced and engaged faculty. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the demands of life on the farm, in the patch, or simply raising a family.
Williston State College, where the people make the difference. Please visit online at willistonstate.edu/apply.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop ryanhonda.net.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. We are at halftime. Tetons trail by 18, 38-20. Taking a look at scoring first for NDSCS and the Wildcats. Agua Nuesh has 10 points at the break, 4 of 6 shooting overall. 2 of those are three-pointers. 8 points in the game by Datavius Frierson, 4 of 7 shooting from the field. 5 points by Devin Newsom, 2 of 3. One of those a three-pointer. Exactly the same goes for Micah Swallow, 2 of 3, with 1 being a three-pointer for 5 points. Connell Purnell has a three-pointer in the game for 3 points. Noah Christensen has 2 points on 1 of 3 shooting, as does Peyton Newberg, 2 points on 1 of 3 shooting. In the first half, Science shot an impressive 51% from the field, 16 of 31. They hit 6 three-pointers, 6 of 12 for 50%, but they did go 0 of 2 from the line. Looking at other stats for Science, 19 rebounds, 16 defensive, 3 offensive, 10 assists on their 15 made shots, 4 steals, 1 block, 7 turnovers, and 6 personal fouls. Noah Christensen is on the bench with 3 personal fouls for Science. Taking a look at shooting for the Tetons, Leading the way in scoring is Shaheed Muhammad, 4 of 8 from the court. He started off hitting his first shot and then missed his next 4 before catching fire again. 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. 6 points for Abby Adedo on 3 of 7 shooting, and 3 points by Apollo Beck on 1 of 3 shooting. Those are the only 3 Teton players who have scored in this first half. Shooting in the first half for the Tetons, 8 of 27 in the half for 29.6%, 4 of 13 from downtown for 30%, and 0 of 1 from the charity stripe for 0%. Rebounding for the Tetons in the first half, 16 rebounds, 13 defensive, 3 offensive, 6 assists made on 8 made field goals a game, 6 steals, 1 block, 6 turnovers, and 4 personal fouls. Gordon, the only player for Williston State with more than 1. Muhammad and Rankin, each with 2 personal fouls. We have 7.5 minutes before we get underway. We're going to take a 5-minute timeout. When we come back, we will have the advanced stats for you in the game right here on 660 Keys News Radio. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for details.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown Service Drug location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beers, sports.
Performance Plus, something new from American State Bank and Trust Company, an account that fits your active lifestyle. free digital banking services including bill pay, remote deposit, and e-statements, an instant issue debit card, limited ATM fee refunds, and no maintenance fees. Go to ASBT.com for terms and conditions and stop in our Main or North offices to open your new Performance Plus account. Banking the American State Way. It's banking your way with Performance Plus. Member FDIC.
Earning your degree doesn't mean putting your life on hold. Williston State College offers a wide array of associate and associate of applied science programs that fit your busy lifestyle. They are flexible, convenient, and career-focused to what your goals are and taught by experienced and engaged faculty. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the demands of life on the farm, in the patch, or simply raising a family.
Williston State College, where the people make the difference. Please visit online at willistonstate.edu/apply.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop ryanhonda.net.
Back here for Teton basketball. 2 minutes left to go. Both teams out on the court, warming back up, getting ready to go for the second half. Taking a look at some of those advanced stats now. Points off of turnovers. Science with 19. Tetons with 9. Second chance points. Science with 9. Williston with 6. Bench points. Very close in this. Looking at the wrong score sheet. Here we go. So advanced sorts for the men's game. Points off of turnovers. Science with 11. Tetons with 5. Second chance points. NDSCS with 7. Williston State with 3. Bench points, 11 for the Wildcats, 3 for the Tetons. Last field goal for Science came with 53 seconds left to go in the half. Tetons have not scored for the last 3 minutes and 34 seconds of that first half, so another big scoreless drought for them. Largest lead of the game was 19 points. That came with 10:04 left to go right before Williston State went on a big run to bring it down to 9. Since then, Science has brought it back to 18 points. Williston has not led so far in the game. Coach Herman trying to get his guys going and get them back in this one. They have 45 seconds left to talk things out. Tetons are on the bench right now. Wildcats still warming up, working on some things as they try to keep this comfortable lead here in the second half and cruising to another conference win. If they should be able to pull this one out against the Tetons, they would improve to 16-2 on the season, and they would almost surely clinch the number 1 seed. I think they would have to win one more game depending on tiebreakers with Dawson, who is at 14-4 on the season. Tomorrow, Tetons will be back in action once again. We'll be on the road to Bismarck to take on United Tribe's last road game of the season for Williston State. And then the final regular season game of the year coming up on next Sunday. It will be at home against Botno. But there will be games here in Williston all next week except for Wednesday. On Monday, it will be the Region 8 Girls Basketball Tournament coming here from the Well in Williston. Titus will have that right here on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons will move over to Dakota Country Z96.1. Tuesday and Wednesday, Region 8 tournaments continue. I'll have those covered for you right now. And then the District Boys 16 and 15 tournaments kick off. I'll be in Ray with the 16 tournament, and Titus will be down in for the 15 tournament. 20 minutes on the clock. Wildcats starting with the ball. Set to inbound it is going to be Frierson. Waiting for a couple of jerseys to get tucked in for the Wildcats before they get going, and here we go. Frierson gets it into Newburn. They'll push it up on top. Tetons scrambling around, a little different look on defense. Start off still in their 2-3 zone. That shot in the corner is no good by Swallow. Dietz is going to pull it out Over to Rankin. He kicks it on the far wing. Muhammad pops up on top. Bounce pass, and Shahid grabs it. Tetons trying to start off strong in the first half. Over going to go to Gordon on top. To Dietz in the corner, looking for Abby. Dietz will drive, cut off. Over to Rankin. 3-ball coming. Wilson looking for his first one. Can't find it. Nuesh comes down with the board. Back comes Newbern up the court for the Wildcats. Newbern calling out directions. Swallow circling through. Pops up on top of the perimeter. Bounce pass down underneath the Frierson. Adedo poked it away momentarily. Frierson using his offhand to get up and puts it up and over the top of Adedo. Gordon looks like he got hit in the mouth on that one, going up for a potential rebound. Long pass over to Adedo across the timeline. Gets it to Gordon on the high post. Gordon can't do anything with it. He'll dribble back, pass it to Abby. Dietz. He'll hand it off to Muhammad, who'll set up in the half court. 15 on the shot clock. Big screen coming, and there's going to be a screen on Moses Gordon. That's called a foul, as it looked like it was a good foul, but Coach Herman said, yeah, you leaned your shoulder in just a little bit. Inbound pass coming in. Frierson gets it into Newbern. Newbern pushes over to his right, looking for action. Christensen playing down low with 3 fouls, both him and Gordon. Give and go underneath the Frierson. Frierson one-on-one with Rankin, had the strength to take Wilson, but decided to come back out. Pulls up from the elbow, off the front, no good. Pinballs around, pulled down by Abby. And here come the Tetons back up the court, down 20, 40-20. Dietz tries to get down low, bounce pass underneath to Gordon, off the glass, and in. First field goal of the half. 18-13 left to go. Nuesh has it on the near wing. Bounce pass over to Frierson from the perimeter. He'll walk up to the elbow. Lose a handle, but regain control, looking for someone to dump it off to. Back up on the near wing to Nuesh. Pick up a screen. He'll going to drive underneath. It'll go to Newbern, who lays it up and in. Reverse layup. Back to a 20-point lead. Muhammad pushing it up the court, right into the teeth of that full court defense. Long pass up and over everyone to Adedo. Back to Gordon. Now to Muhammad, who will get up to the top of the perimeter and slow things down. Dietz looking down low, finds Abby on the high post. Adedo gets through. Lots of contact, little hook shot up, that just off the iron, no good. Back comes Newbern and the Wildcats. Down low, Swallow cherry picking, puts it up and in. 2 more points, 22-point lead, largest of the game for the Wildcats. Back it'll go to Gordon. Gordon pushing it up, back to Muhammad. He'll get across, a drive, attack to the top of the perimeter. Little hesitation dribble. Look again, cut off on the high post. Out to Dietz, back to Muhammad. He'll peel through, get it up to the high post, pull up jumper, up and in. Shahid Muhammad with 2 more. He has 13 in the game. 44-24, back and forth these two teams go. Tetons need to get some defensive stops and some offense production if they want to come back in this one again. High screen set for Newbern by Christensen. He'll get to the box, and that's going to be up, no good. Pulled down for Muhammad. Rankin curling out to the perimeter. Shahid missed. Handled the dribble, back out to Shahid. He's going to pull the trigger from way outside. That's off the mark, no good. Gets his own rebound. Gets up to the elbow, kicks it out to Gordon. Gordon thought about taking the 3. He's going to get up to the high post, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul called. We'll see who it's on. If it's on Christensen, it's his 4th. And that will be on, no it won't, it'll be on Nuesh. Christensen will come out anyways, as will Nuesh. Incoming is Larson and Parnell for the Wildcats. Rankin set to inbound, trying to find anybody, gets Muhammad up on top. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Muhammad drives to Rankin, pump fake, gets by Larson. Little floater up and just no good, pulled down by Frierson. Shots just not falling for Wilson here today. Back up coming is Newbern. He picks up a screen from Parnell. Mid-range jumper on the way. That is going to be up, no good. Pulled down by Moses Gordon. Tetons getting some stops but unable to convert on the offensive end. Bounce pass, high post to Adedo. Out, it's going to skip pass back to Muhammad. Good pass, and shot was just short. Parnell comes down with the rebound, back up the court. Going to go. Gordon tips it up in the air. He's going to save it, but it's going to be stole back by Newbern. Newbern goes for a little fancy dribbling, and there's going to be a whistle on the court. There's going to be... So the official didn't make a call, but he just stopped it. It'll still be inbounding for the Wildcats. No signs, inbounds the ball. They get it into Newbern. Newbern walks it up to the top of the perimeter. Now it's up on top to Swallow. Swallow working on Rankin. He drives, uses his offhand to push off. Down low to Frierson. He gives it. Frierson working on Gordon. Gordon strips him. Frierson comes away with it. Parnell has it on top. He'll get it off to Swallow. Picks up a screen from Frierson. Step through. Three-pointer on the way. Off the mark. Parnell tries to come down with it. Last touch by, they say, the Tetons. We'll give it back to NDSCS here with 15-18 left to go in the second half. 20 left on the shot clock. Frierson set to inbound. He triggers. Waiting for someone to come free. Gets Newbern in the corner. Flips it back to Frierson. Tipped up in the air by Adedo. Adedo lost track of the ball on the pump fake. Down to Swallow in the mid-post range. He's stripped by Muhammad. Muhammad comes away with it. Off to the races. See if he can do anything with it. Little hesitation. Gets down. Pump fake over on the outside to Rankin. Wide open again. And Wilson can't come down. And they're going to call a foul on Tevin Dietz on the rebound attempt. So Tevin credited for his first personal foul. Beck coming Pablo Beck coming into the game for the Tetons, for Dietz. And Swallow coming out of the game. Newsome coming in. Noesh has it on top. He'll get it over to Newsome across the timeline. Over in the corner to Parnell. Parnell, high post to Frierson. He's going to hold, wait, get back out to Newsome. Newsome pushes over, calls for Larson to clear out, and he pops to the top. Frierson, bounce pass. Down low to Parnell, puts it up, gets his own rebound, puts it into the body of Abbey, who is up in the air, but it'll be 2 fouls. So they'll call the foul, first one on Adedo. Third team foul on the Tetons. Parnell at the line, shooting 2. Parnell at the stripe for his first of 2. On the way, gonna go off the front of the rim, no good. We'll have one more shot coming. Parnell at the stripe for his second. Has had 3 points in the game from a three-pointer. Make it 4 with his second of 2 on the free throw. 45-24, 21-point lead for the Wildcats. Muhammad skips it up to Gordon. High, dangerous pass, but it gets through. Bounce pass to Rankin. Cross court to Abbey. It's going to sail over anyone and everyone. Out of bounds it goes. Tetons turn it over. They're taking risks on high, dangerous floating passes. That so far, besides this last one, have been squeaking through. Coming out of the game as Frierson back in will be Newsome. As well as back into the game is Kaba. Newsome inbounds the ball into Noesh. 14-16 left to go in the game, 45-24. Long pass over to Newsome. He'll get across the timeline. Over to Kaba in the far corner. He'll work his way back, kick it up on top to Noesh. Looking for options. Puts it on the deck, pushes over towards Beck. Kaba, mid-range jumper, pulls up from the stripe, no good. Pulled down by Rankin. Up to Muhammad. Muhammad in the corner to Beck. Back to Muhammad. Doesn't have any room to pull the trigger. He'll push off to the top. Working on Larson. Here comes a screen. Can't do anything with it. Out to Adedo for 3 from top. And that'll just kiss off the side of the rim right into the hands of Kaba. Give it back up to Larson across the timeline. Picks up a screen from Kaba. Bounce pass. Down low. Kicks it out to Newsome. Newsome baseline drive. Tipped away. Lose the handle, but right in the hands of Parnell. He'll get inside the perimeter. Out to Kaba. Into Newsome. Back to Kaba. On top to Parnell. Over to Noesh. 3-ball on the way. No good. Kaba tips it up. No good again. He tips it up again. Off the hands of Muhammad, and it'll stay with the Tetons. We have an under 14-minute stoppage. We have a media timeout. Back for more Teton basketball in 60 seconds.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Mike and Rebecca here for Teton Basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons down by 21, 41-25 with 13:15 left to go in the game. It's Wildcats ball inbounding it from underneath their own basket. After neither team could secure a rebound, it went off the hands of Shahid Muhammad. Parnell looking to get the ball in, trying to find someone, slips it through, stolen away by Jaden Johnson-Lewis, who's back into the game, gets it up to Adedo. Adedo up to Beck. Beck along the baseline. He'll kick it back to Johnson-Lewis. Pass tips off Johnson-Lewis's hands, back to Beck, on top to Adedo. Over to Gordon. Gordon looking to split a defense. He's bumped, and there's going to be a late foul called. That'll be on number 4, Newsome. So Newsome picks up his first personal. Second team foul on the Wildcats. 12:59 left to go. Muhammad looking to inbound. Curling around is backhand. Johnson-Lewis trying to get it over up on top. It'll go to Beck. He'll kick it off. Couldn't quite get it back to Muhammad. Now finds Shahid. Adedo posting up. Have Kaba fronting him underneath. Here it goes, jumping on the defense. Gordon gets it out to Johnson-Lewis. Long three-pointer up, no good. Pulled down by Kaba. He'll push it up the court. Long pass over to Larson in the corner to Parnell. Just about foot was on the line. Blah, hoop in the arm as Adedo hit him on the back of the hand as he put the shot up. And that'll be one shot coming as Kaba put the basket up and in. 12:36 left to go in the first period. 47-24, largest lead of the game for Science. Cobb is at the line for one shot, trying to complete the three-point play. Up and on the way, and that one is in now. 1 for 3 in the game from the stripe. Muhammad racing his way up the court, right into the teeth of the full court press, gets it off to Gordon. Gordon, one dribble, bounce pass to Abby. Abby trying to get it off, finally finds Shahid. Shahid attacks, and he is going to be stripped out, and they're going to look like, see if it's off Shahid. Close official has to look around to see if anyone else got a better view, and he says no, it'll stay with Williston State. 12:23 left to go, 18 on the shot clock. Shahid coming through, trying to get it into anyone. Bounce pass, down low to Gordon. Gordon flips it up, he is partially blocked, no good. Muhammad comes down with it, hit the rim, fresh 20 for the Tetons. Tetons look to get going here in the second half. They scored 4 points so far throughout the first 8 minutes. Shahid from the far wing, he'll pull back. Long NBA range three, that'll splash in there. 27 points now for the Tetons, 48-27. Up on top to Nuesh, he goes, waiting for action, over to Newsome. Newsome finds Purnell on the high post, he pump fakes. Out to the outside to Larson, three-pointer on the way, no good, and it'll be Nuesh with an offensive rebound. He'll get down amongst the trees, out of control, puts it up, and that one will just roll off the rim. Jaden Johnson-Lewis on the arm for that one. That will be his second personal, 5th team foul, and that'll put Nuesh at the line. 48-27, 21-point lead for these Wildcats. Tetons were in just about this exact same position a couple of weeks ago down in Wahpeton before they went on a run of 15-0. Here comes Nuesh, first one. Off the front of the iron, no good. They'll have a chance to bring the lead back out to 22. Nuesh at the stripe for his second of 2. On the way, that one up and is in. Now 49-27, back to a 22-point lead. Muhammad trying to take the full court press himself, swings it over to Beck. Beck dribbling through, he's cut off, skip pass into the corner of Johnson-Lewis. Up to Muhammad, crossing over on Nuesh. Thought about a step back, nothing there. We get it back to Johnson-Lewis on the far wing. He's being hounded by Nuesh on the perimeter. Parnell all over Adato, and there's going to be a 5-second call, and the Tetons turn it over. 11-17 left to go in the game. 49-27 gives it back to Science. Back up the court comes Newsom. Newsom pulls it back to the near wing, finds Parnell on top of the perimeter. Parnell left all alone, now kicks over to Newsom, who's even wider open. Shot is up, no good, tipped out of bounds. Muhammad comes down with it. He's looking to take 2-on-1 himself. Step through, puts it high off the glass, up and in. He's scored the last 5 in a row for the Tetons. Under 11 minutes left. 20-point game. Out to Nuesh from the near wing. Picking up a screen from Kaba. Beck gets past it easily. Bounce pass down low to Parnell. Out to Kaba for 3. Wide of the rim. No good. Pulled down. Back comes Beck. Looking at Tanake. Nuesh one-on-one. Puts it up. Lots of contact. Beck going to take it down. Hits it off of Kaba. And it'll stay with the Tetons here with 10:30. Rankin set to come back into the game. He'll check in for Johnson Lewis. No, they'll say it's Wildcat ball. All righty, they changed their minds on that one. So into the game for the first time will come Alex Tong, the 6'6 center from Sioux Falls, will come in for Kaba. 10:31 left to go. Tetons still fighting hard, seeing if they can't chip away at this 20-point lead. Newsom bringing the ball up the court, has it up on top. Newsom dribbling. Parnell, high post. Looking down low for Tong, can't find him. Parnell blocked from behind by Adato, gets the ball again, puts it up and in. Long pass goes up to Beck. Beck gets it down to Gordon. Look to drive, crossover, and it's going to be poked out of bounds. Last touch by Parnell and the Wildcats. Here with 10:06 left to go. Tetons inbounding. Muhammad set to trigger from the baseline. Calling for motion. Little down screen coming. Go down low to Gordon. Gordon. Fadeaway jumper up and just off the front of the iron. No good. Parnell saves it from going out of bounds. Gets it over to Nuesh. He pushes it up. Far wing. It'll go to Newsom. Swing pass. Down to Larson in the corner. He takes an attacking step and gets that out. Tong on the high post. Handed off to Parnell. Parnell to Larson. Long range shot. Up. No good. Pulled down by Muhammad. He'll push it up. Long pass over to Gordon. Bounce pass to no one in particular, and Newsom is going to be on the sideline out of bounds. So, wild pass, but is saved as Newsom hit the deck and he slid out of bounds. Newbern coming in for Nuesh with 9:36 left to go in the game. There's going to be a timeout called by the Wildcats, and we have a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in a half a minute.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
Mike and we're back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons trail by 21. 9:36 left to go, trying to get something going offensively. They have scored 9 points in the first 10.5 minutes of this second half. Muhammad has the ball, tries to split a couple out to Gordon. Step up jumper, doesn't hit anything, falls through into the hands of the Wildcats. Back comes Newbern, has it on top. He gets off of the head of Steen, on low, down low, it's gonna go, and that's a basket by Alex Tong. Make it 24 points, 53-29. Muhammad walks his way around. Ball fake from Gordon, high post to Adato. Adato to Beck in the corner, pulls the trigger, got it to go, his second of the three-pointer. Apollo Beck has 6 in the game, 53-32. Here comes Newbern. He's looking to attack, kicks it off to Larson. Larson back to Newbern, up on top. Find Parnell on the near wing, back to Newbern. Swings it back to Larson. Larson gets by Gordon, pull-up jumper, no good. Gordon comes down with it. He'll look to push. looking to attack. He's going to hand it off to Rankin. Rankin up on top to Adato. Euro step through, lays it off the glass and in 2 points. Tetons back within 19. Newbern has it on the near wing, looking to drive. Abbey with the big block, and through traffic, a foul across the court is called. And they're going to call Abbey on the push. Good call on that one. He was a little out of control, and Adato may have hit his funny bone on that one as he is holding his elbow. 8:21 left to go in the game. That'll put Newsome at the line for a pair of shots. Chance to make it back to a 21-point game. First one on the way. That one is up and good. He'll have one more coming. One more coming for Devin Newsome from the stripe. Currently 20, trying to make it 21. Is up and good. Back to 21 points, 55-34. Back comes Gordon up the court. No more press by the Wildcats. Gordon had it stripped away, regained control over to Rankin. Rankin, cross court to Beck. Beck, drive, gets to the high post, pull-up jumper, up, no good. Adato can't come down with the offensive rebound. Stolen away there by Muhammad. Muhammad had Adato wide open underneath, pulled the three instead, and rebound comes back to the Wildcats. Newsome in the corner to Parnell. Parnell back up on top to Newbern. He'll drive, hang, gets it off to Tong, and that'll be up, and another foul called on the Tetons. We'll see who it's on. That one looks like that one might be on Abbey, his fourth personal, seventh team foul. And now Gordon a little slow to get back to the blocks to check in. Johnson Lewis set to come in for the Tetons. Nowesh, Freyerson, and Swallow set to come in for the Wildcats. First one up by Tong. Won't hit anything. And that will be Beck coming out, Gonczarowski coming in, and Johnson Lewis coming in for Adato. Here with 7:44 left to go on the American State Bank scoreboard. Tong at the line for his second of two. And extend the lead for the Wildcats out to 22 points. Sets himself up on the way, and that one is up and good, 56-34. Shaheed Muhammad pushes it up the court for the Tetons. Looking to chip away. Out to Gordon on the far wing, pushes way down. Johnson Lewis high post, give and go, just bounce pass was a little too sharp of an angle for Gordon to handle, kicked out of bounds, and that will go back to the Wildcats. Full court pressure coming for the Tetons. 7:32 left to go. Newbern has it. He'll walk his way up the court, give over to Frierson. Frierson back to Newbern. He'll blow past Muhammad, get across, now into the paint. Look to dump it down low, fadeaway jumper instead, and that'll rattle home. Two more for the Wildcats. Their largest lead of the game back at 24, 58-34. Muhammad up on top to Gordon. He'll push to his right, up on, now hand it off to Johnson Lewis. Johnson Lewis tries to find someone to get her to, finds Muhammad. Muhammad pulls back out on the far wing, crossing over, trying to drive, and there's going to be a foul called on the drive. That will be on. Let's see who it's on, but we'll have a media timeout. And with 6:59 left to go, no indication on the scores clock who that foul is on. We'll take a 1 minute timeout back here for Teton basketball in 1 minute.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule.
No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial.
Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for details.
Back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons have the ball, trailing by 24. Wilson Rankin gets it up on top to Shaheed Muhammad, working his way towards his left, looking down low for Moses Gordon. Gordon over Frierson, jump shot up, no good, pulled down by Nuesh and the Wildcats. He pushes up to the top of the perimeter. Skip pass over to Swallow from the corner, cut off by Rankin. No, double team by Gordon and Rankin. Long pass over the top of Newbern. Is going to sail out of bounds. Will give the ball back to the Tetons here with 6:34 left to go in the game. Inbound pass will go to Shaheed Muhammad. He'll work his way back up the court. Across the timeline. 6:30 left. Rankin, high post to Gordon. Gordon hands it off to Gonzarowski. Gets to the high post. Looks to get it off. Back up on top to Rankin. Rankin in the corner to Gonzarowski. Screen from Gordon. Nothing doing. Cut off. Back to Gordon on the far wing. Foot fake. Working on Frierson. Tries to get his way to the paint. They close in. Get off on top to Muhammad. Muhammad with about a 30-footer, and that one splashes in there for three. Three more for Shaheed Muhammad. Lead is cut to 21. Back up the court comes the Wildcats. Up on top is Newbern. He'll push over to his left. Into Nuesh from the far wing. Nuesh drives around, tries to turn the corner, jump stop, high post, over to Swallow. Swallow pulls the trigger, no good. Pinballs around, Frierson comes down with it, and it'll be saved back to Nuesh. He's in the corner for three, and that one splashes in there, back to 24. His foot was extremely close to that boundary line. Back up the court comes Shaheed and the Tetons, trying to face that matchup zone that both teams implement. Now off to there in a man zone, or in a man-to-man are the Wildcats. They showed zone and switched to man. They go up on top. Muhammad gets the ball on the near wing. He fires up another one, and that's going to be in there. 2 in a row for the Tetons. 21-point lead once again. Back up comes Newbern. Picks up a high screen from Togo. Held off on the high post, gets it off to Nuesh. Up on top. Nuesh, another screen. Pulls up for a mid-range jumper. Off the mark, no good. Johnson Lewis comes down with the rebound. He's going to push it up himself. He can go jump, lay it up and in. Jaden Johnson Lewis with 2. And that's now a 19-point game. 4:40 left to go. Newbern back up the court for Science. He'll bring it to the top of the perimeter. Push over to his right. Gonzarowski there waiting for him. High post over to Togo. Frierson calling for it against Gordon. He's going to be a foul, and they're going to call a foul on Moses Gordon. Good defensive position, and Frierson threw his forearm into the chest of Gordon, drawing the foul. Gonzarowski comes out of the game. Dietz coming in. Adato checking into the game. And Adato will come in for Johnson Lewis. Now both Adato and Gordon on the court with 4 fouls as Frierson will be at the line for a pair. Frierson at the stripe for his first of 2. 8th team foul for the Tetons. That is up and in. Hit the first half. It was a 1-and-1, so hit the first half of the 1-and-1. He'll have one more coming. Here with 4:23 left to go. Takes his practice dribbles from the stripe. Lets the second one loose on the way. Up and in as well. Rankin inbounds the ball. 21-point lead once again for the Science. Muhammad crosses the timeline. We'll bring it up. Bounce pass over to Dietz on the near wing. Looking for options. No one. Slow developing. Muhammad looking to get back up. In the corner, it'll go to Gordon. Gordon working on Frierson. Tries to get in the paint. He loses a dribble. Throws it up, and it's going to be popped out of bounds. Last touch by Newbern. And the Wildcats. 4:01 left to go. 9 on the shot clock. Tetons will have to get a good look in a hurry. Rankin set to trigger from the baseline. Tetons get in. It's Dietz underneath the basket, puts it up and in. Tevin Dietz gets the basket, 63-44. Newbern bringing it back up the court for the Wildcats. Calling out the play for his teammates, pushing over to the far wing, crossing over on Dietz. Looking for a bounce pass, finds Frierson on the high post. Back to Newbern, crossing over, swing pass to Frierson. Nuesh working on Rankin. He had baseline help. Out to Frierson, wide open for 3. Into the hands of Gordon. Gordon looking to push it up. He's going to bounce pass over to Muhammad. Muhammad lost the handle. He was looking for another 3. He'll pull back out towards the near wing, work his way back up on top. Thought about another three to Gordon. Gordon pulls the trigger. That one's off the mark. No good. Pulled down by Frierson. Will bring it up the court himself. On top. He'll hand it off to Newbern. Adato lost track defensively, and that was a wide open lane for a dunk for Newbern. Back to 21, 65-44. 3 minutes left to go. Dietz gets it down low. He's going to drive, get to the high post, step through, flip it up, and that'll drop in there. Tevin with two more. Tough basket for Tevin Dietz. And there's going to be a timeout called on the court by Science here with 2:49 left to go. And we'll see if they're going to actually have a timeout, or if there's going to be a stoppage for substitution. Well, they're going to go full timeout. We'll take a full timeout as well. Back in 60 seconds.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown Service Drug location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mike, we're back here for Teton basketball. Here comes full court press by the Tetons. Beaton Swallow attacks, pulls up for a 12-footer up and in. 2 more for the Wildcats, 67-46. Back comes Shaheed Muhammad up the court under 3 minutes to play now, 2:30. Adato gets to the hoop, puts it up and in. That's going to be 2 more points by Abby Adato. And that foul was going to be on number 22, Muhammad Sumaharo. And Frierson will come out of the game. Kava coming back in for him. Adato at the line, trying to cut the lead to just 18 points here with 2:28 left to go. Adato at the stripe for his second of 2. On the way up and no good. Swallow with the rebound. Long pass up to Nuesh. Nuesh, bullet pass over to Swallow. Baseline drive. Going to get into the body of Adato. Puts it up. Good defense by Adato. Being careful not to get his 5th. Down low again, Swallow. Has it stolen away by Muhammad. He's going to try to bring it up the court to the top of the perimeter. Rankin wide open. Couldn't get him the ball. Finally into the corner to Dietz. Dietz pulls the trigger from the corner. Up and good. Tevin now with another basket here in the second half. 67-51. Tetons seeing if they can make some magic happen in the last 2 minutes. Back it'll go over to Sumaharo. Up to Newsome. Newsome just about had his pocket picked by Muhammad. Pulls the trigger from the free throw line. Up and in. 69-51. Back comes Shaheed. He's up to the far wing. Skips through his Dietz. Now they pay a little more attention to Tevin. Muhammad driving. He pulls a trigger from mid-range. That's too hard off the back of the iron. No good. Pulled down by Newsome. Newsome up to Swallow. Swallow, he's going to pull up from 3. No good. Sumaharo with the board. And he's surrounded back out. It'll go to Kaba. Out to Newsome. Straightaway three-pointer up. No good. And that's going to be a foul on the rebound by Muhammad Sumaharo. Only the 5th team foul. Subs coming into the game for Williston State. Benji Caraballo coming in, and he'll also be joined, first time seeing appearances today, will be joined by Jimmy Jones and Andrew Dunham. Also coming back in is Grady Gonczarowski and Jaden Johnson-Lewis. Caraballo coming up the court for the Tetons. He'll cross the timeline. 1:06 left to go. Turn the corner. Bounce pass to Johnson-Lewis. Couldn't handle the pass. Taken away by Newsome. Kick it up to alley-oop coming to Swallow. Couldn't handle it, and that's going to be out of bounds back to the Tetons. Nuesh trying to get the big alley-oop to put the exclamation point on the game. Caraballo has a ball at the top of the perimeter, crosses over. He tries to get down low. He'll lose the ball, lost it again. Out it'll go. Swallow crosses over, Euro steps up, and it'll be up and no good. Tipped up, pulled down by Johnson Lewis. He'll push up the timeline, cross over. 37 seconds left. He'll pull it back out to Jimmy Jones. Jones out to Koncerowski. He'll cross over. He'll get to the free throw line. Try to step through, nothing there. Up on top to Caraballo. Pull the trigger from deep. That is up and in. Benji knocks down a long range one. 69-54. Under a minute left to go. Swallow has the ball from the perimeter. Up on top to Nuesh. No shot clock as they can dribble the ball out with now 10 seconds left to go in the game. NDSCS is going to get the season sweep over the Tetons, 69-54. As the final 2 seconds conclude, time has run out here. We're going to take a 4-minute timeout, and we'll be back for the First International Bank and Trust post-game show right here on 660 Keys News Radio.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beers, sports.
Performance Plus, something new from American State Bank and Trust Company, an account that fits your active lifestyle. Free digital banking services including bill pay, remote deposit, and e-statements, an instant issue debit card, limited ATM fee refunds, and no maintenance fees. Go to ASBT.com for terms and conditions and stop in our Main or North offices to open your new Performance Plus account. Banking the American State way. It's banking your way with Performance Plus. Member FDIC.
Earning your degree doesn't mean putting your life on hold. Williston State College offers a wide array of associate and associate of applied science programs that fit your busy lifestyle. They are flexible, convenient, and career-focused to what your goals are, and taught by experienced and engaged faculty. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the demands of life on the farm, in the patch, or simply raising a family.
Williston State College, where the people make the difference. Please visit online at willistonstate.edu/apply.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop RyanHonda.net.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Mike, we're back here for the First International Bank and Trust postgame show right here on 660 Keys News Radio. Taking a look at the postgame stats, starting off with NDSCS and the victorious Wildcats leading the way in scoring with Agua Nuez. She had 14 points on 5 of 9 shooting overall. 3 of those were three-pointers, 1 of 2 from the stripe. 12 points by Datavius Frierson. He is 5 of 10 from the field and 2 of 2 from the line. 9 points by Micah Swallow. He is 4 of 9 from the field. 1 of those are three-pointers. 9 points also from Devin Newsom. 3 of 5 from the field, a three-pointer, and 2 of 2 from the line. 8 points by Peyton Newburn, 4 of 8 from the field. 6 points coming from Conal Parnell, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of those a three-pointer, and 1 of 2 from the stripe. 3 points coming in from Alex Tong, 1 of 1 from the field, and 1 of 2 from the line. Kabin Kaba had 3 points, 1 of 5 from the field, and 1 of 1 from the line, and 2 points coming in from Noah Christensen. He had shot 1 of 3 from the field. 39 total rebounds in the game by the Wildcats. 30 defensive, 9 offensive. Leading the way in rebounding was Frierson with 8 in the game. 15 assists on 26 made field goals. 6 steals, 2 blocks, 14 turnovers, and 10 personal fouls on their 69 total points. In the second half, Wildcats shot 11 of 30 from the field for 36%. Just 1 of 10 from beyond the arc, and 8 of 11 from the charity stripe. Overall, in the game, they were 26 of 60 from the field for 44%, 6 of 21 from beyond the arc for 31%, and 8 of 13 from the charity stripe for 61%. For the Tetons, leading the way in scoring was Shahid Muhammad. He was 9 of 17 from the field, 6 of 12 from beyond the arc for 24 points, 10 points for Abby Adedo, 5 of 11 from the field. 6 points by Apollo Beck. He was 2 of 4 from downtown. 7 points from Tevin Dietz. 3 of 3 shooting, including a three-pointer. 3 points coming in from Benji Carballo. Hit a three-pointer just before the game expired. 2 points from Moses Gordon on 1 of 10 shooting. And 2 points from Jaden Johnson-Lewis on 1 of 2 shooting from the field. Tetons had 30 total rebounds. They're a -9 overall. 24 defensive, 6 offensive. Leading the way in reboundings for Williston State was Shahid Muhammad with 9. 11 total assists on 22 made baskets. 10 steals, 1 block, 12 turnovers, and 14 personal fouls. Shooting for Williston State in the second half, they went 14 of 30 for 46%. 6 of 15 from beyond the arc for 40%, and missed their only free throw they took in the second half. On the game, they were 38% from the field, going 22 of 57, 35% from beyond the arc, 10 of 28, and in the game, they shot just 2 free throws, missing both of them for 0%. Looking at some of the extended stats here, points off of turnovers, 15 for Science, 11 for the Tetons, second chance points. Science had 12, Williston State with 6. Bench points, Wildcats with 24, Tetons with 11. And the Wildcats did lead wire to wire in the game. Last field goal for Science came with at 1:40 left to go. Last one for the Tetons when Carabello knocked down the three-pointer with 17 seconds left. Largest lead was 24 points, and that one was first hit at 12:12 left in the second period, or second half. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, we'll name the Williston Auto players of the game. We forgot to name the player of the game for the women's game, so we'll do that as well. When we come back, just a 30-second break, and we'll name the Williston Auto players of the game for both Teton men's and women's basketball. Back in 30 seconds.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule.
No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial.
Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for details.
Basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. We are post-game of the Tetons. Both Teton teams lost to NDSCS and the Wildcats. Time to name the Williston Auto Players